Builders and homeowners everywhere are discovering the benefits of versatile, long-lasting fiber cement siding. And only Malco Products offers a full family of specialty hand tools to help you build on this exciting growth market. Like the versatile material they work with, Malco's specialty tools for installing fiber cement siding get the job right the first time, and they last a lifetime. Malco overlap gauges, for example, are a strong single-piece fabrication of tempered spring steel. No loose parts or fasteners, no adjustments to vary, and nothing to mark. And these gauges will not mark or mar siding either. One pair of gauges permits easy one-person installation of fiber cement siding. The gauges free up both hands by supporting both ends of the siding plank. A consistent overlap is assured, even on bowed walls. Malco overlap gauges are placed on the top edge of a starter course or lower siding plank to gauge the next plank application. A beveled tip on the center tooth of these overlap gauges grips behind the 5/16" siding plank, while the side projections sit atop the plank edge to gauge a precise 1 1/4 inch overlap. The plank for the next course is then rested against the outside face of the gauge stops for accurate spacing. Start nails approximately 18 inches away from the supporting gauges to facilitate easy gauge removal prior to nailing the plank ends. Overlap gauges are removed by simply depressing the thumb tab and allowing the siding plank to snap flush to the wall. Lift the gauge up and off the lower plank. A facing gauge is sometimes a preferred spacing method where multiple courses of full planks may sag slightly if not checked for accuracy along the entire span. The Malco facing gauge is made of tough, weather-resistant nylon and is more accurate and easier to use than homemade preacher blocks. The Malco facing gauge is adjustable for 5, 6, 7, or 8-inch exposures. A gauge block easily snaps into the desired position without the use of tools or fasteners. And the Malco facing gauge can be held with one hand while steadying a new plank for nailing. Gradually working this gauge across the length of the plank assures accuracy of the siding exposure. The Malco overlap gauge, described earlier, can be used in combination with the facing gauge to prop up the far end of a plank for one-person installation. To allow for plumbing, electrical, or vent outlets, the Malco notcher scores and cuts arcs up to 4-inch diameter in fiber cement planks. Measure and mark the outlet diameter, then use the notcher to score first, then cut from the center of the arc outward. Precision ground cutting edges, long cutting jaws, and compound leverage handles make easy work of an otherwise difficult task. The Malco notcher is also handy for minor trim cuts as necessary to keep work moving on schedule. The compact Malco hand snip features heat-treated alloy steel blades and red line handles for maximum leverage and a natural fit and feel for on-the-job comfort and control. This snip can also cut tight circles as needed for narrow diameter plumbing pipe or electrical conduit. The saw blade action of Malco's hand nibbler makes extremely controlled, straight trim cuts and mild arc cutouts in fiber cement siding. A smooth, flat tool head glides along the back side of the workpiece to reduce the risk of blowout while cutting. For manual cuts, as straight and precise as a cutting board, nothing else can compare to the Malco fiber cement guillotine shear. A large, stable support plate and board stop ensure a straight, square cut in 8 1/4 inch deep siding plank every time. The guillotine blade produces a clean cut edge with no compression or chipping in the 5/16 inch plank thickness. Trim edges line up flush for an ultra-clean, seamless-looking installation. The fiber cement angle cutter is Malco's ultimate guillotine-style shear. For smooth, straight, square cuts, or for making 312 to 1212 roof pitch cuts in fiber cement siding plank, this is the one tool that does it all. The angle cutter works on the ground or can be mounted to sawhorses for a workbench level operation. A fence is easily installed on either side of the guillotine blade for cutting siding planks to length. For angled cuts, the fence swings out of the way to allow the siding plank to be fed across the generous work plate and guided into the blade as the user cuts along the desired pitch scribed on the plank. The guillotine blade is anchored above the plate to allow through clearance for cutting angles in 5/16 inch thick fiber cement siding planks, up to 12 inches across. Dealing with hidden nails left over from removal of a damaged or unwanted siding plank is fast and easy too with the Malco nail cutter. A flat head and beveled leading edge make the nail cutter versatile for a variety of remodeling or salvaging projects, including removal